So what we have today, guys, is a Holystone HS series drone. This is my first drone. I've never owned one before, so I figure we'll do a little walkthrough, check out the box, and see what she has to offer. So Holystone is the maker. HS series drone, HS110D, FPV drone equipped with 120-degree wide-angle 720p HD Wi-Fi camera. Ages 14 years and above. 120-degree field of view. FPV with Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi FPV. Altitude hold, headless mode, 6-axis gyro, HD camera, 4-channel radio, 360-degree flips, colorful LEDs, 3.7-volt LiPo battery. Looking at the bottom edge of the box here, we have our FCC numbers and whatnot. This device complies with Part 15 of the FCC rules. Operation is subject to the following two conditions. Number 1, this device may not cause harmful interference. Number 2, this device must accept any interference received, including interference that may cause undesired operation. The picture is only for reference. Please take the entity as the standard. Special warning, this drone is suitable for experienced RC drone users aged 14 years or above, not safe for users under the age of 14 to use without adult supervision. We have our warnings: choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3. Some other nonsense on there, and some basic measurements here. Length 320 millimeters, width 320 millimeters, height 90 millimeters, weight 145 grams. You see that there's nothing on the side of the box, nothing on the top of the box, nothing on that side. Moving around to the back side here, and we have a bunch of other stuff here. If I can get my camera to focus in on this, guys, we're looking at the radio. Has a button up on the top left corner. Press short press for photos. Press a second time for video. Throttle up and down. Turn left and right with the left joystick. Headless normal mode switch right here. And it doesn't look like this other switch is being used. Sorry about the glare, everyone. Short press for the power on, long press power off, high speed switch, low speed switch. So it has a couple buttons here with a plus and a negative for high speed and low speed. Moving around to the other side, we are dealing with some wicked glare. We have another button on the top right corner of the radio. Flips, short press, and then pull in any direction. So you can press that button and pull one of the joysticks in any direction for a 360-degree flip. Oh man, we have got some wicked glare here, guys. I am so sorry about that. Let's see if we can get this to focus on here. Not very well. Forward, backward, left, right with the right joystick. Forward, backward trimmer on the left side here. Left, right trimmer just below it. Single click engine start landing, so it has a button there for single click engine start landing. And then it has a resync button down here on the side. Press 2 seconds to resync. Camera equipped with 120-degree wide-angle 720p HD Wi-Fi camera. I am so sorry about the glare, everyone. Just the writing on this box is really, really light. And the camera just doesn't want to pick up the contrast there. Aircraft battery, 3.7-volt, 1000 milliamp potable design lithium battery. Flight time about 10 minutes, charging time about 120 minutes. Depends on the power supply capacity of the USB cord. So about 120 minutes depending on your USB cord and what its power supply capacity is. Looking at your cell phone, apparently there is a app to download for the quadcopter. Turn on your quadcopter, then go into your phone settings, select Wi-Fi, and then connect to the Holystone FPV, which is the camera connection. Once you have successfully connected, exit the setting menu on your phone and click the HS110D FPV app. So that's pretty much all we have on the box, guys. We'll dig into this thing and see what she has, see what she looks like. I already peeled the tape off of it. Has a nice plastic cover over top of everything. Move that. Oh, at a glance, it does have some basic instructions on the radio here. We have ascend and descend. Turn left, turn right. Headless normal mode here. This other switch over here is null, so it's not being used. Our power button, our forward, backward trim, our left to right trim, and then yes, forward, backward, left, and right. So a quick look at our radio. We'll pull this out of here. And that appears to run off of 4 AA batteries. So we'll put some batteries in there and get this thing working here. What else have we got in the box? We have a cell phone holder, which would clamp onto the radio. This has a spring-loaded slipper adjustment on the back. Adequate padding on the bottom here. Has a couple pads on the bottom, pad on the back edge, and another pad up here on the top. So it definitely has some adequate padding in there. Looking at our drone, pretty basic little unit. There's our camera. Our power button right here. Oops, sorry about that, everyone. Little power button, USB cord. Well, it looks like I just powered her on. So apparently she does have a charge. And just powered it back off. So there's a look at our little drone. Not a bad little unit. I'm sure there's a "that's what she said" joke in there somewhere. We'll just set that off to the side. Look at the rest of the stuff here. We have some propeller guards here. And this plastic looks pretty flimsy. Although it is flexing pretty good, so it might take a few whacks before it actually breaks. Relatively thin plastic guards. Like I said, really flexible. Not too sure what it's going to take to break one of these, but I'm sure I'm going to find out in the future. And we have a couple extra landing skids in here as well. So we'll just put our prop guards back on here. Try to get all the stuff back in the box. We have some spare parts here. 4 spare propellers, a screwdriver, some small screws. Looks like there's some small gears in here as well. We have our USB charging cord and some silica gel. They tell you to throw this away, but you know what, guys? I prefer to keep those. It keeps moisture out of the package. You know, any kind of long-term storage, if you're storing your RC inside the package like a drone, you actually might even want to get a few more of these silica gel packets and put them in here just to keep that excess moisture away from the electronics. So we'll pull out this container, or this insert, and see what's on the inside. I already opened it. Alright guys, so what we have in here is a booklet and a couple manuals. So let me pause the camera and pull this stuff out of here so we can take a peek at it. Alrighty, we got all that pulled back out of the packaging. Came with a little booklet with a pen, holly stone, cardboard wrapper on the booklet. Came equipped with a pen, as I said before. Looks like it has several page markers in here in case you wanted to mark a page on something. There's a small stack of page markers. Came with some post-its in case you need to take notes on something. Another little booklet with some Chinese writing on there that I'm not going to be able to read to you. So yeah, several pieces of paper here for taking notes. So not too bad, little booklet there. Came equipped with a quick start manual, which is right here. Sorry about the camera angles, guys. I'm working out in my garage on a little table. Just trying to get this done here. So we have our quick start manual. Shows you how to insert the batteries, what's what with the quadcopter, the head, the tail, basic controls. So yeah, nice little quick start manual here. There's some more stuff in there. Looking at the full size manual, Has two drones pictured on the cover, HS110D, which is what we have, and an HS200D. Not too sure about that one, but we have the 110. List of contents. All kinds of stuff in here. Maintenance, package contents, transmitter function, drone details, charging the battery, installation, propellers, propeller guards, landing gears, camera, phone holder, drone battery, transmitter battery, flight operations, pairing the drone, calibrating the gyro, engine start landing, manual landing, flight control, functions, emergency stop, speed switch, altitude hold, flip mode, headless mode, trimmer function, drone status indicators, app function, troubleshooting, contacting us, and specifications and general information. So a lot of stuff in here. Disclaimers, warnings, safety guidelines. More safety guidelines, flying in proper areas. A lot of glare on the camera here, guys. Once again, I apologize for that. More safety guidelines. More safety guidelines. Maintenance. Package content. So we have one drone, one transmitter, battery on the fuselage, 4 screws, 4 propellers, propeller guards, USB charging cord, camera, landing gear, lamp covers, screwdriver, motor gears, and instructions for use. And these are some thick pages on the manual here. I'm trying to turn it. Little quick walkthrough on the controls once again. Drone details. Changing the propellers, what direction to put them on, which propellers should go where. Installing the prop guards, landing gear, phone holder. Installing and removing the camera, the battery, installing that, transmitter batteries, pairing the drone, resyncing, engine start landing, flight operation. And I'm going to have to go through all this stuff, guys, because I have never owned a drone and never flown a drone, so this is a first for me as well. So yeah, lots of stuff in the manual here on everything. Pretty well-informed manual there. We're looking at our radio currently. About to add some batteries into this guy. Taking the cover off the back. 4 AA batteries. Making sure to put them in the right direction. Relatively snug fit on those batteries, which is good, I suppose. The last thing you want is a battery coming loose while you're flying. And then we have our 4 AA's installed. Putting the cover back on, and we are good to go. And we just powered her on. We have our speed button here, so you can slow it down or speed it up. There's our resync button right here. Our engine start and landing button. Our left to right trim. Our forward reverse trim. Our headless normal mode button right here. This button is not being used. We have our ascend, descend, turn left, turn right. 1 click to take a picture. 2nd click to record. 1 click for flips, which is blinking. And you pull the lever in any direction to do a flip or to do a roll. So that's a basic look at our radio. We'll go ahead and get that cell phone holder installed on it. Relatively easy to install the cell phone holder. You have to remove a screw on the side. And I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, this screw is pretty janky. Real small thread. Screws wobbling around in here a little bit. But this just slips into the top of the radio and then snaps into place. And then you just thread in the screw. easier said than done. Kind of a small area to be working with here. And we're back, and while we're being totally honest here and looking at this drone, my camera's sliding all over the place here. We get a little bit of glare. Since this is so loose, this little nut on the inside here, guys, I found that it's actually easier to hold this back on the edge when you're screwing this in, because it's actually putting a little bit of tension on that nut on the back edge, and this makes life a lot easier when you're attaching the cell phone holder here onto the controller or onto the radio. And there we go, she's all installed. It is adjustable, little adjustment nut right here on the back to tighten down. Once again, spring loaded, plenty of padding on all the corners here. So here's our radio with the cell phone holder already attached. Now looking at our drone again, we'll do some basic measurements in inches here, just so we can figure out exactly how wide and long everything is. Full length, including the props, we are looking at 14 3/4 inches from corner to corner here, end to end. 14 3/4 from tip to tip on the props. Total length is 10.5 inches from end to end. 10.5 inches. Unit itself, less than 3 inches across the base. And same from front to back. Our battery is sitting right back here, guys and gals. Depress this little button on the bottom and on the top to slide the battery out. Little look at our battery. Lithium-ion battery, the size 3.7 volts, 1000 milliamps, 3.7 watt hours, charging voltage 4.2 volts. So that's a little peek at our battery. Slides in relatively easy, and it's installed. And one last thing that I noticed on the quadcopter here before we leave, guys, the props are individually marked B, A, another B, and another A. It's also marked on the quadcopter itself with an A, a B, an A, and another B. And that is just to make sure that you put the right prop on the right side. If you happen to break a prop and you're fishing for props and you just happen to grab one and throw it on there, you just got to make sure that you put the right prop on the right side, or else the blades are going to be, you know, in the wrong direction, and you're going to take off and it's going to flip over or not take off at all. So you have to make sure that you put the right corresponding prop in the right area. Just wanted to touch base on that before we take off here. So thanks for watching, much appreciated, and we'll see you all on the next video.